Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. So today we had the live letter for patch 7.3 in Dawntrail, which is slated for early August. Now we all kind of know that the August 5th, which is a Tuesday, is most likely going to be the release date of patch 7.3. So first thing let's talk about is the Occult Crescent. The dev team heard our complaints and they're going to be making some changes to the content. Number one, you're going to be able to queue into the Occult Crescent as a group of 48 people or a raid group. This way you guys get into the same instance, and also you guys will be able to queue up the Fork Tower. They will not trigger the Fork Tower if there's a critical engagement up. This way you guys don't get stuck inside the critical engagement and then lose on the timer of Fork Tower when it of course pops. So there's going to be some fail safes so to make sure that you guys can go into it. Next, he talked about the rewards from the chests. That's the open world, the pot chests, and of course the bunnies. This is what my biggest issue with the Occult Crescent was, that the rewards were basically rehashed glamour that no one cared about. Very little guild items and a crap ton of glamour that we already had from previous expansions. And of course, most of the people already have it, and most people already bombed everything because of the Occult Crescent and the loot. So they said they are going to adjust things. Hopefully they will take away the ribbons or make them less abundant in these chests. So ultimately, if they change that, that will take basically like 50% of my gripe with the Occult Crescent. So fingers crossed in the future that they give us better rewards or take away the ribbons in these silver and gold chests, because you shouldn't be getting ribbons like 99% of the time from silver, gold, and of course bunny chests, because that's just ridiculous. Next, which is a little bit bad news, is the drop rate of the Demi-Atmas. We now know that there's a 20% chance from critical encounters and a 5% chance from fates. They have no plans of increasing this drop rate. Be thankful that it's not a 2%, which was the Atmas back in A Realm Reborn, and that was only for the appearance of the weapons instead of the power creep of the weapons. So unfortunately, they have no plans of increasing it. You're just going to have to suffer through until we get to the next patch. So next is the Phantom Job Relic weapon enhancement. We don't know what we're going to be doing, but from a Warrior of Light's face, it's most likely going to be either book farming and or light farming. I'm saying light farming is probably the better option because that is a little bit more accessible. All you have to do is fates and critical engagements to get your light, but that face definitely says something worse. So most likely this is going to be coming out in the 0.35 patch, which is most likely is 2 months after the August release, so it's most likely looking at October for the relic weapon. So look forward to that, and fingers crossed that it's going to be something that's going to be a continuous instead of just a one-time thing. Best bet, it's a one-time thing, and then we're going to go right back to Tomestones. But praying for the latter. Next, let's talk about the Cosmic Exploration changes. This is going to make everyone so happy because they're finally doing what we wanted, and they're going to give us back our GP that we use from stellar missions, as well as reduce the cooldown of our cordials back to being able to use them right away. Something that we all desperately wanted and desperately needed from Cosmic Exploration. They are going to be changing the time limit on some missions, not all of them, so definitely look forward to that. They will be most likely adding in retainer bells, just like they did with the Ishgard Restoration, but they did say that they only add retainer bells in safe spaces. Since there's no combat up here, there's no reason why we can't have retainer bells in the base camp. As well as the holograms will automatically be available during the next installment on the next planet. They are going to also allow us to mount finally in the Cosmic Exploration, so get ready for that to make things a whole lot easier. Hopefully they'll let us use the mounts during the stellar missions. This way we're not constantly rushing to get to the next node to get that gold ranking. So definitely some good changes coming to Cosmic Exploration, as well as a new planet, new rewards, new mounts, stuff like that. So get very, very excited. So next is the new planet that we're going to in Cosmic Exploration called Fania, or something to that effect. I forgot how they pronounced it in the live letter, but that's the next zone that we're going to. In patch 7.3, we're getting new left side and right side for crafted and gatherer gear. That's both tools, man and offhand, and accessories. So I said it before and I'll say it again, you don't need the main hand tool fully melded to make the new gear or even make the battle gear in 7.4. The only reason why you would want to overmeld the new main hand tools if you're trying to go for the highest rank for the A3 missions for the moon or for the new cosmic exploration. Otherwise, you can just wait until the relics come out and then utilize that and save yourself a crap ton of materia from overmelding 8 different main hand tools. But what you guys decide to do is up to you, but trust me when I say this, it's not worth losing all that materia, which you can save it for your body set and your accessories and your offhand, and then whatever's left over, you can go ahead and sell it to make some gil. But I'll leave that decision up to you, but my personal opinion, go for the relic and save yourself a lot of headaches. So on the topic of crafting, the societal quests for crafters are going to be with the Aqui. So I'm predicting that they're going to be working with the Pelu Pelu or the Moblins of Ukupacha, because one of the quest chains works with one of the Aqui and one of the Pelu Pelus, so most likely they're going to be involved. The Moblins I'm predicting to be a custom delivery client sometime in the future. As for custom deliveries, we should be getting a new one, but they didn't touch upon that here. Most likely it's going to be in part 2, but they're going to be dealing with the Aqui for that. The mount and the minions most likely will be the little guys from the second dungeon, and as for the mount, it's most likely going to be this construct here. Hopefully we are right, because those look pretty cool. If the little bunny guy is the mount, that would be even better, but I'm predicting the construct to be the mount from the Aqui. So like the grip gel from Endwalker, the Aqui most likely will give us the materials to craft the crafter and gatherer set as well, on top of purple scripts. The reason why it's going to be purple scripts instead of orange, because orange is already being used up for condensed solution, which are going to be reused. So that's why it's going to be purple. So you guys can get your free materials from the Aqui on top of doing your scripts to get those materials. So it's a good reason why you want to unlock them. Plus you can also level your crafters up with those tribe quests. Next is the PvP update. So we're getting a new season, a new series, just like always, with new PvP rewards, but we're also getting a new arena for Crystalline Conflict, and plus 2 new rankings, Omega and Ultima, which is after Crystal. So the Tuli Yulal base side is going to be the new arena for Crystalline Conflict. I personally don't really care for Crystalline Conflict. I haven't done it for quite some time. But those are the changes that are coming to the PvP in 7.3. So if you're into that kind of thing, you guys get something new to try out. So the next 24-man raid, Sandoria, is going to be the second walk of Echoes of Vana'diel, since this is a catch-up patch. Now this is going to go with the upgrades to your Tombstone gear for you casual players. So you're going to have to do the Juno, the first walk, on top of the second walk to get your coins to go and exchange them for an upgrade to your left side, and of course accessories. Weapons don't get upgraded till much later, so you're going to be doing that for the next few weeks to get the coins to get that. So I would recommend start doing Juno the first walk and getting as many coins as possible. You also can do the hunt and use your hunt currency to get the same thing, so you guys can double dip each and every week. But expect the next update to the 24-man raid. So the dungeon we're going into is the Meso Terminal. It's basically Calyx's memories, just like we did with Alexandria, and the trial is unknown. Most likely it's probably going to be like a variant of Necron, just like Zelenia was a variant of Beatrix. This way they kind of kept the story different from Final Fantasy IX. So most likely that's what's going to be the trial for that, and of course Extreme. The next 2 things are the new treasure map dungeon, which is most likely going to be some kind of like slot machine variant. And then you got the Pilgrim's Traverse Deep Dungeon, which is going to be an El Meg. The final boss, which is at level 99, is going to have a savage version, which you can queue up into after you're done with the story. So that's going to be a 4-man thing that you guys can do. So this is going to be more of a horizontal progression instead of a deep dive or a climb like it was with Heaven on High and of course Palace of the Dead. Now for some miscellaneous stuff. Number 1, Hrothgar and Viera will be able to wear some hats. Not all of them, but some. And yes, you do have the option to toggle off the ears on your Viera if you like. As for chat bubbles, they're going to be implemented, which again can be toggled on and off if you don't want them appearing on your screen. The Ray Planner, they are going to be implementing it, but not right now. They want to make sure that it's not dead on arrival, because there's so many different ways that people use Ray Planners that is not implemented in 14. So they want to make sure that those ways don't outshadow the Ray Plan that they want to add in. So that's why that hasn't been implemented just yet. So just hold on just a little bit longer for that. The Hildebrand story will be continuing in 7.35 most likely, and as for housing, they're not going to touch upon that until the next live letter, which is going to be in July. But they said that they're going to be adding in more slots for items that you guys can put in your house. Quite frankly, I really wish they would just do away with the demolition, because quite frankly, there is no reason why we can't have our houses. This is why World of Warcraft is making fun of ours, because they implemented their system to where you can have it by yourself and it will never go away. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that this will get Square Enix off their butt to do something about the housing crisis. So the rest of the live letter was just basically QVC stuff, the Primals concert and being it sold out and all that. And they're also going to be selling Alpha No and Alizé's earrings that you guys can purchase. But other than that, that's basically everything that was touched upon in this live letter. So in July, we'll get part 2. We'll get a trailer for the patch, and then we'll ultimately get the release dates, which, like I said, will most likely be August 5th. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel for more Final Fantasy XIV content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. That's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. And an extra special shout out to the members on screen. So until next time, may you forever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead.